First and foremost, I always like to give praise and honor to the God of Israel, of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Amen. We got a lot of meat today, y'all, so we're going to get right to this lesson. The title of the message is The Exodus of Jesus. The Exodus of Jesus.
Praise it.
The word Exodus only means going out, departure of a large number of people to a place. This is the big secret that's missing in the Sunday churches, y'all, that they don't understand that there's no such thing as a rapture. Ever gonna be right here on earth. And most of all, Jesus wants to live here on earth himself. He desired it. If you want to read in Psalms 132, he'll tell you he desired Zion, which is Israel. So I just want to make sure y'all understand that there's no secret place in the sky that we're going to go off to. You're going to get your bodies up there now. Don't get me wrong. You're going to be caught up in there in the clouds to get your body, your heavenly body, if you make it in the first resurrection. So this message is here to just show you that the exodus of Jesus is going to happen the same way Moses and the children of Israel went through. I just want to prepare your mind mentally so you understand what's going on. Because when it's time to flee, it's going to be a little tight, you know what I'm saying? Going to be a little discomfort. But when we get where we're supposed to be, it'll all come together. So we're going to turn to Matthew chapter 24 and verse 1. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 1. Matthew chapter 24, verse 1. I don't want y'all to just be believing a lie. Don't let people lie to you. Read in the scriptures. That's why we read so much in here, so you understand what's going on.
That's right.
So we got to make sure that we telling y'all the truth. And the only way we can tell you the truth is through this book. So I'm going to let Jesus tell you about his own exodus. In Matthew chapter 24 and verse 1. If you get it, brother, go ahead.
And Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple.
Yes, sir.
And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down.
Jesus is talking about Solomon Temple when it was first destroyed in 7 AD.
That's right.
He said it's going to be thrown down. Meaning they're going to ask Jesus about the time of the end. And which I want to know about the time of the end too, so I can be mentally ready for this. But go ahead, let's see what they say here.
Verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be?
Yes, sir.
What shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
So the disciples want to know the time of the end of the world. And I want to know the time of the end of the world so I can be prepared. But the church, what they taught us when I was going to Sunday church, that you was going to be raptured out of here before all this tribulation hit. Before all this, if tribulation is talking about destruction, everything hit, you're going to be raptured out of here. God going to steal his people off earth.
That's right.
That's not true, y'all. We're going to show you that it's going to be an exodus from all over the world. That the Israelites and the ones that follow Israel going to understand who to be with at the right time and be in this one spot, which I'm going to tell you is going to be called the wilderness. And we got maps to show you where this spot going to be. It's in the book. But Jesus is going to warn us of something. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And Jesus answered and said unto them,
Yes, sir.
Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
First thing he said, take heed that no man, including me, that deceive you. Understand that? That's why we read so much in here, so you can double check me. That no man deceive you. Ain't no man got a monopoly on this word. He don't control the board. We read and we follow what thus saith the Lord put here in this book. That's it. I tell y'all all the time, you're not following me. If you follow me, you follow me wrong. You follow this book. We here because we here on the Sabbath day because God said come together. Not because Jeff said come together. It's what the Lord said. I be cutting hair today. But this is what he tell us to do. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war.
Yes, sir.
See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
So we're going through that right now. You got wars all over the world. That's going to happen. That's going to happen. Don't get it twisted. It's going to happen. War's going to be here till Jesus get here.
That's right.
So that's not one of the signs. You don't need to pay attention to too much of that sign. The world going to be wars all day long. Go ahead.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places.
Yes, sir.
All these are the beginning of sorrows.
See, that's just the beginning. Famine, meaning that it's going to be lack of food. If you read this, you read the 7 trumpets blowing in Revelation, it's going to tell you that's going to be one of them. Lack of food. All nations going to be rising against nation. White against black. Arab against whoever. They're going to rise up. Everybody going against each other right now. You can see that. We got race wars now. Black Lives Matter and all this stuff. This is what's going on. So we just try to make sure you prepare mentally so you'll know what to do at the end. Go ahead.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted.
Yes, sir.
And shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
For whose name's sake? So who talking right here? Jesus. So understand that when you telling them you can't get in Jesus' kingdom unless you remember the Sabbath day, they're going to hate you. They're going to say, well, man, who told you that? The book said it. In Isaiah chapter 56, he said, the ones that remember my Sabbath, I'm going to take him to my holy mountain. Or her. I didn't say it. Read it for yourself. So we got to make sure, if you remember this day, just remember this day, you got a chance. You got a chance. And do what it says. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another,
Yes,
and
sir.
shall hate one another.
Mm-hmm.
And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many.
There's plenty of them out there. But join them on Sunday too, I'm telling you. Many false prophets. I mean, I remember when I first understood this, I was like, when my teacher used to talk to me, he used to talk to me like I'm talking to you. I was like, man, he going hard on these Sunday preachers, boy. I mean, God, ain't that bad. He said, look, man, if somebody trying to put you in the lake of fire, they bad. If somebody trying to take your soul away from you when you can't get out that fire, you need to speak it loud and tell the people what thus said the Lord. They bad. Evil, man, they're evil. You got to understand that. These folks are taking your soul when they're not telling you to obey the commandments. Period. Go ahead, brother.
And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
We know about that. Love of many is waxing cold right now. Most people right now, if somebody die, man, I remember back in the day when somebody died, you kind of felt for them people. Like, man, what their mama, what their dad, what their kid. Right now, if somebody died, oh well, that's another person dead, and we keep going. Ain't no love in the world. None whatsoever, not according to the book. You don't even think about it. You don't even dwell on it at all. Just keep moving. And this is where we at today. But this is the beginning of sorrow. Go ahead.
But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Always remember that. When somebody tell you that they saved, I've been saved since whatever, read that to them. Say, have your end got here yet? Have Jesus got here yet? Well, you ain't saved yet because he said, he that endured to the end shall be saved. No end has happened yet at all. The first resurrection haven't happened yet. How's the end here? How are you saved? Who told you that? Because you can read out the book. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
A lot of people waking up right now. A lot of people seeing the Israelites, you got some bad, but a lot of people waking up and they seeing that these laws need to be preached. They need to understand these laws. So this gospel got to go all in the world. I used to wonder, how they going to go all in the world? Well, now with technology, man, you can be on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, whatever social media. You can have a message and put it way in China. It don't take long. Or TV. It don't take long at all. But it's free now. I can see it now. This is how the gospel gonna go all over the world. When you got these social media sites, don't be using them for just fun and crazy stuff. Put the gospel on there. Put the word on there. Leak my videos out there. So people get an opportunity to see and hear the truth.
That's right.
That's what we put here for, not to entertain yourself. This is what you try to get. This is how we're gonna get salvation, y'all. Period. Go ahead.
Verse 15. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whosoever readeth, let him understand.
So we dealing with the abomination of desolation, but it's a part of it. This is when the Pope gonna go over to Jerusalem when they build the third temple. I ain't saying that this Pope, he gonna assume that he is Christ. Just keep waiting, keep waiting. You're gonna see it. He's the vicar of Christ, meaning Christ upon this earth. That's the title he has. So he telling us, whosoever read Daniel, but we ain't dealing with Daniel, we dealing with the Exodus today. Verse 16 is what I'm trying to get to. Go ahead.
Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
So when this happens, when they build that third temple, and the Pope, whichever Pope it is, sit over there in Jerusalem, you need to be fleeing somewhere. But most people don't know where to flee. They haven't heard of Jesus' Exodus. All it is he's going to take us through the same route he took Moses. Same route. And if you're scared of that, you might be left over here going through that 3.5-year tribulation. Destruction. That place is going to protect you about all this turmoil, this destruction hit the earth. It's going to protect you. But keep reading.
Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house.
You see how important it is? He said, if you're on the housetop, whatever in the house, you see the abomination, desolation, get in that over there in Israel, you need to run.
That's right.
Going toward the east, going toward Jerusalem in the wilderness. That's how important it is. Don't take nothing, just get in your car and run. Or whatever. Plane, jet, whatever, run. Go ahead, listen what he say here.
Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes.
Go ahead.
And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give sick in those days.
To give suck in those days. They're talking about women that have children. He telling you that's going to be a terrible time. He said, don't even return and get no clothes. Just run. Just get where you're supposed to be so I can protect you. We ain't seen nothing like this that's going to hit the earth. And he going to tell you here. Go ahead.
But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day.
Oh, so the Sabbath still exists, right? Go ahead.
For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time.
He said, this is not, you're not even going to, ain't nothing ever hit this earth what's going to hit at this time. Nothing. You haven't seen at all. Go ahead. This is what he said here.
And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened.
You see what he said here? No flesh shall be saved. If God can come and intervene and stop it. Why? Because every country today has a nuclear weapon. Just about. Somebody gonna get mad and just flying off nukes everywhere. So God said, look, I gotta go down there and stop it before no flesh survives. So we dealing with this Exodus. Verse 16 says, then let them which in Judea flee into the mountain. That's an Exodus. Meaning you got to get out of here. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 20. Let's understand about this fleeing. Ezekiel chapter 20 and verse 30. I want y'all to understand this for yourself so you can have these scriptures. And boy, what I say, boy, what this book says. So you can understand what is this fleeing. It's another word for Exodus. It's going to be a large number. Ezekiel chapter 20 and verse 33. So I got to show y'all that this is not. A lot of people read the Bible like it's a regular book. You can't read the Bible like it's a regular book, like you're going to start from the beginning and go to the end, and it's going to go in order. It's not going to go in order.
Right.
It's not. You got to put it together. That's it, line upon line. We got to put it together.
Yeah.
But listen what it say here. Let's understand how Jesus wants us to flee. And it's the same way he took Moses, but it's going to be his Exodus. Verse 33, go ahead.
As I live, said the Lord God, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out will I rule over you.
So the Lord is saying is, Lord Jesus, this is what he's saying. Go ahead.
And I will bring you out from the people and will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out.
If you don't understand that about slavery and Israel being the chosen people that were scattered all over the world, this won't make no sense to you. It won't make no sense to you. You got to know that we were scattered all over the world. In slave ship, the transatlantic slave trade. It happened to only one people. That's how we know that we are Israelites. Scattered all over the world. He said, I'm going to get you.
Yes.
I'm going to get you. Don't try to make a trip over there to Jerusalem like a lot of my Hebrew brothers. They're over there now. It ain't time yet. It's not time. Believe me, your passport, you don't need a passport, you don't need no money, you don't need nothing. He's going to take you out of here free. Just like he did the Israelites back in the day with Moses. You don't need nothing. Only thing you don't need is to recognize your transportation, which is knowledge. If you don't have the knowledge to recognize it, you're going to pass it by. They're going to say free trips to Africa. I ain't going to Africa. I'm going to Sandersville. A lot of people think that this is where their heritage is. Everybody comes from a different nation, from somewhere. Everybody. Can you find the land of Negro? You ask people where they from. Only place they can say is Africa, with the pharaohs in Egypt because they were black like us. That wasn't our land. Jerusalem was our land.
Come on.
That's what you got to understand.
Amen. Amen.
But he said, I will gather you from where I scattered you in amongst all the countries. Go ahead. This is what it said here in verse 35.
And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face.
He said, I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, where he's going to plead with you face to face. Yes, Jesus will be in that wilderness for 3.5 years. He will be there. Listen what he said here. Let you know that this is not talking about Moses' exodus. It's talking about his exodus. Go ahead.
Like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt, so will I plead with you, says the Lord God.
See what he said? Like as I pleaded with your fathers in Egypt, in the wilderness. That happened in the time of Moses and the Israelites. They came out of the wilderness, came out of Egypt and went to the wilderness. He said, I'm going to do the same thing. If you understand God, he's the same today, yesterday, forevermore. He's going to do the same thing. That's what I like about it. You can go back and read in the past what he's going to do in the future. It ain't going to change. A rose still a rose, as long as it's black or red, it's still a rose, right? Kool-Aid is still Kool-Aid. It's rather fruit punch or strawberry, it's still Kool-Aid, right? That's what Jesus is telling you right here. I'm going to do it the same way. It might look a little different, but it's the same exact way. Same exact way. Go ahead.
37. Excuse me. And I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant.
But understand, he said, I would have you pass on the rod, meaning that you ain't gonna get over there acting a fool. Some of us ain't gonna make it out of over there. They're gonna die in the wilderness. Because you get over there, that don't mean that you say like you got it made. They're gonna have some people over there still acting up. And he gonna kill them right there. Go ahead, he gonna tell you.
And I will pour out,
Purge.
I'm sorry. And I will purge out from among you the rebels, and them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel.
Everybody
and ye shall
understand?
know that I am the Lord.
Yes, sir. He said, I will purge. If you know anything about a tree or any vegetation, or you purge a fruit tree, you cut the limbs off that's not bearing fruit, or you trying to trim it. He said, I'm going to purge out the brother. I mean, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to cut him off from me. Because when you get in this spot, he ain't playing. At all. At all. So we understand that this Exodus right here is different from Moses. Because Jesus is leading you out of here. Moses led us out of this last one. Let's understand how God led Moses out. Let's go to Exodus chapter 12 and verse 1. He said, like as I did Moses and the children of Israel, right? So if you want to know how he's going to do it, let's go back to the book and find out. We don't change, y'all, I'm telling you. Because they say New Testament is still the same. It's still the same. The same way he led us out, led Moses and the children of Israel out of Pharaoh's house, which is Egypt, which is bondage. He's going to lead the Israelites out of this land, which is called spiritual Egypt. Same way. And we're going to find it out. Let's understand it. Exodus chapter 12, we're going to start at verse 1. Go ahead.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
Yes, sir.
It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak you unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house.
Wait a minute, I got the wrong verse. Wrong verse. Let's go with Exodus 3. I don't know what I got 12 on. Exodus 3, verse 1. I'm about to sleep last night, putting this thing together. Make sure I double check this. Yeah, go ahead with that. I think that's it. Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian.
Yes, sir.
And he led the flock to the backside of the desert and came to the mountain of God, even to Horeb.
This is when God got Moses to lead the children of Israel out. Y'all seen the Prince of Egypt, even the cartoon. He contacted him and said, look, I got a job for you. I want you to lead my people out. God told us he's going to do it the same way he did Moses. So let's find out how Moses did it. Go ahead.
And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush.
Yes, sir.
And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed.
Go ahead.
And Moses said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, while the bush is not burnt. And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, God called unto him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here am I.
Yes, sir. So he's talking to Moses. Telling Moses gonna get his instruction. Go ahead.
And he said, draw not nigh hither, put off thy shoes from off thy feet, for the place whereon thy standing is holy ground.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Moreover, he said, I am the God of thy father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob.
Understand that Moses is doing the same thing, talking to God in the spot that we're going to be in. Right over there in Jerusalem, in those deserts. I got a map I'm going to show you in a minute, but keep going.
And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon them. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows.
See, if you got a spiritual eye, you'll understand we're going through the same thing right now. Who crying out right now for justice? We are.
That's right.
In this land, we're going through the same thing that the Israelites went through in Egypt. This is just spiritual Egypt. It's the same way. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 8. And I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptian, and to bring them up out of that land unto a good land, and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey.
Yes, sir.
Unto the place of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites.
So he called them in the land, which is going to be the land of Israel. Called them out of Egypt at the time. He spent 400 years over there. So he called them into this land because he heard their cry. Just like he hearing our cry. Go ahead, continue.
Verse 9. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel is come unto me.
Yes, sir.
And I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptian oppressed them.
See, what I'm trying to tell y'all, the same cry right now we doing. We oppressed by defects because we can't discipline our kids the right way. We are not getting justice in the court systems. We getting more time, more felonies, can't get no jobs, can't do nothing with a record because these people are oppressing our people. Don't just single yourself out. Look at Israel as a whole.
That's right.
That's what people go wrong at. They think, well, I'm all right. It ain't about you. It's about the whole nation of people. You got to see the thing in the whole. Stop looking like this. Open your eyes up and look at the whole black race or the whole Israelite race. We oppressed. We oppressed. And God said, I heard you cry. Just like you heard Israel cry in Egypt right here. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 10. Come now therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt.
Egypt. Go ahead.
And Moses said unto God, who am I, that I should go unto Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt?
Moses said, who am I?